Okay, welcome back to the Inspo Pod with me, Bethany. And today I've got the lovely Jasmine with me, who is beautiful and she's got an amazing career, which we are going to talk about today. So, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Bethany. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having me.
No worries. Thank you so much for joining. I think you're fascinating and you've got a lot of good things to say. So, yeah, we'll get into it, I guess. So, you had a really interesting start to your career. So, tell me kind of what you started as, what your first degree was in, and we'll talk through that.
So, um, well, I graduated from medical school when I was 18. I was just from one of those families, everyone into education. So my mom is a
Yeah.
dentist. My baba is an electronic engineer.
Yeah.
And since I was like 15, everybody was like, you need to become a doctor. And I had good grades. I was a nerd. So what else
We
you
love
can
that.
do? You should go to medical school. So when I was almost 17, 18, I moved to another city to study medicine. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm Iranian, so we have a national exam in Iran, and
Yeah.
based on your grades and your performance, you can study in public university, and it's for free.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I know. So,
Wow.
it was a great opportunity. I moved to another city and 7 years, endless shifts, 36-hour shifts for the last 18
Oh,
months of
wow.
my education. And everything was so good back then, like for a doctor. And it's
Yeah.
just, you have the mindset of, I should become a resident. I start a residency program, become a
Yeah.
specialist. And it was like that, totally tuna vision.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to my city, Tehran. I'm from Tehran, the capital. And
Wow.
uh, when you are graduating from a public university, you have to practice in poor neighborhoods, suburb areas.
Okay.
And I stopped practicing. Everything was so good
Yeah. So
until
you
it
enjoyed
started
it.
getting real. It's just okay. Am I supposed to do this for the rest of my life, like sitting in an office and visiting patients?
Yeah.
And but then pandemic happened.
Yeah. So
So
you were
it
doing that all
was
the way up till COVID then, and then COVID came
yes,
and
COVID started. It was 2019, 2020. I
yeah.
was on a trip to Moscow,
Wow.
and they announced that like, everything is shutting down and should get back to your countries.
Yeah.
And I
It's
told my
quite a
friend,
scary time.
yeah, it was a because I was in Moscow, and like I cannot speak Russian. It was for a trip, and it was like, where should I go? And then everything was cancelled. So Iran sent an airplane just collect everyone. So they have the one separate airport
Yeah.
for Italians, Chinese, and Iranians. Because
Oh my goodness.
I know they isolated
What?
these two countries.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that
Crazy.
happened. That's
Yeah,
mad.
and we just randomly jumped on an airplane and went back to Iran. So it
Okay.
was the first 6 months of COVID. It was the
Yeah.
time that the supreme leader of Iran announced that we are not accepting vaccine from Western countries. They're gonna poison us.
Okay.
It was devastating because I remember patients coming to my office and begging what we can do, and we
Yeah.
didn't have any answer. It was the first time when we didn't have any um, plan, any guideline, anything,
Yeah.
even something to give to our patients. It's just like endless CT scans of their
Yeah.
lungs And I
So
was like,
there was no like hope
yeah,
really. You
it
weren't
was
given
like,
any kind
yes,
of hope.
yes, you have COVID and go home. And they were like,
Yeah.
are we gonna die? And so many died. And
Yeah.
it was so stressful. And when we started, we were like five junior doctors. I don't want to call
Yeah.
us juniors because we were the only ones. We were
Yeah.
younger doctors. I
Yeah.
wasn't junior back then. It was almost 2 years of practice.
Yeah.
And
You're fully
it,
qualified.
because many older practitioners stayed home and they were like, we are not
Okay.
practicing anymore. And
Gosh.
we were the only ones who covered. And it was devastating because I can remember my colleagues and my friends who moved to other countries like States, UK, they were posting on the Instagram like we are taking vaccine and we were like, oh, we wished we could do that.
Yeah.
And so I practiced for 6 months as a frontliner in a COVID center.
Wow.
So it was at the end of those 2 years of practicing in suburbs. And
I bet that was so
finally, I was
stressful.
done. Yes. So you can imagine that. I went back home and everybody were like, other family members, like, when are you gonna start your residency? And I was like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. So,
Well, good for
mm,
you.
yeah, I thank you. It was crazy. I still have no idea how I survived. I
Yeah.
can't call myself
It's
a
tough.
survivor
Yeah. Tough
because it was
times.
tough. And I was lucky because I was still back then unvaccinated. 6 months
Yeah.
after the officials announced that we have COVID in Iran.
Yeah. That's
So
scary.
back to time, everything, as you remember, so like we had this long times of quarantine and everybody's like, it should stay at home. So I
Yeah.
was also studying English because we didn't have it in our schools. So I was like, I was trying
Okay.
to apply for other universities, and um, I I saw that there is a gap in the market. Everybody wants to go to online classes, and there are not proper online classes for research, for
Yeah.
language. And I called a friend and I told her, you know what, I have an idea. I know a lot of people who are teaching, and I know a lot of people who are also studying. So
Yeah.
how about we connect these people?
Yeah. That's such
And
a good idea.
it was a brand new idea back then. Because if you remember, everything was in person. Because why should I study online when I
Yeah.
can go to a class to school? So we started with like three, four people. And in the span of 1 year, we turned to 100 people. It was the
Wow.
time. So it was
That's
my first
great.
startup. I had no idea there is a name like a
Yeah.
startup. What is it? I was just, and I had no idea what am I doing. I was doing business development management. And I
Yeah.
had no idea. I had no background in finance, no background on anything. But what I knew how to do was managing people from diverse background in
Yeah.
uncertainty. And in a startup,
That's amazing.
that's the only situation you have in a startup, uncertainty. You don't
Yeah.
know what's next. You should be ready to manage it, whatever
Yeah.
happens. And this is the thing you learn through medical school, and I excelled it while I was practicing as a
Yeah.
frontliner because it was the same thing, not that level. But the first startup, um, I founded it and I moved to Dubai. I didn't like that,
Oh,
and
you
I
didn't
moved
like
down.
it.
It
I've never been to
wasn't for
Dubai,
me.
so
But yeah, I'm a typical Middle Eastern. So I want lovely city. I
Yeah.
want culture. I want like seeing people everywhere. And
Yeah.
Dubai wasn't for
It's
me.
very modern,
It
isn't it?
was,
Apparently, and
yeah, it was
very
modern,
everything's
concrete,
new and
everything. Yeah,
yeah.
I prefer more of culture and history when I'm
Yeah.
walking in the streets
Yep,
than just
I get that.
Istanbul. Yeah, it was crazy. And then it was the first time I got vaccine finally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Turkish government has
And that
this
was in
scheme of
Dubai.
not even Dubai. I
So
got
then you
vaccine
went
because
to Istanbul.
vaccine was was available for tourists in Istanbul. So when I
Okay.
moved to Istanbul, it was before switching my visa to resident. I was a tourist, and then on touristic visa, they finally gave me Pfizer vaccine. It was a time my baba, my mom asked me.
Yeah.
They were like, "What are you exactly doing? Why are you always on your phone?"
Yeah.
Because it's not a real job. Why are you not practicing anymore? And one
I
time,
understand that. People ask
yeah,
me that
my
about the
mom was like,
podcast.
I'm
What are you
ashamed.
doing?
I'm ashamed. What are you doing? Like, why are you not starting something? Like, why not practicing? What about these 7 years? And back then, I was angry with myself because the first startup turned to something really good. We
Yeah.
were making money and we were hiring people from, and it was worldwide. We weren't located somewhere. It was totally online. And because we didn't have to pay for office,
Yeah.
physical office, we were like, we could offer our services in very compatible prices.
Yeah.
So no one could compete with us in the market.
That's so
And we
good.
expanded so fast. We started with like medical research classes, and then it turned to engineering, law, art, everything. And then I was like, it was like, wow, I could be this successful. Why I didn't start it sooner?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
blaming myself to study in medical school, but I was young. I was 28.
Yeah.
Then my second startup, then my third startup, all of them separate stories, and
Because
each
you've
one of
got
them.
is there five? So you've started
No, that I
five,
have four, and the fourth of them
four.
is in London.
Got
You're
it.
gonna
So
get.
that's quite
Well, I
amazing though
can't
to
say
have
I
four.
have four because I'm not managing the uh, first three one
Okay.
anymore.
That's still
Because
amazing.
yeah, I know it was crazy. Because the second one was we were cooperating with designers to design books, notebooks for people with ADHD. Every single
Wow.
adult has ADHD or
It's really
overthinking.
cool.
And then the third one was a web design team, Flash Plus, and we were selling web design services to doctors, pharmaceutical companies, because doctors, it's really hard for people who are not familiar with it, doesn't have background in computer science. It's really hard for them to
Yeah.
understand what developers exactly doing. So we were like, okay, we simplify the whole process for you.
Yeah.
And when I started, we had like customers ready from other businesses who work for me or went to our classes. They were like, oh, okay, you have another business. Would you please do this for us too? And yeah, it was so much fun. And I was a new person, totally.
Yeah.
It was so I started with the mindset of a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I was like, oh, okay, this is business. This is a startup. I'm a CEO. And I was like, okay, finally, it's something new. I'm getting comfortable with my new identity.
Yeah.
And
And can I
I
ask,
was,
where did you get the
yeah,
confidence from to go for these ideas? So say you've spotted there's a gap in the market and you can do something. How do you feel confident enough to just go ahead and do it?
it's a good question. The people supported me and
Yeah,
my team. The
that's good.
first assistant I hired, I told that girl, she's still working with me. I told her, I may not be able to even pay you. And she was like, whatever, let's do it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, and the team is very important. The
Yeah,
team
definitely.
is the one superpower you're going to have as CEO. Because
Yeah.
yes, you can find customers, you can find supporters, partner, love of your life. No one gonna stay with you. Your team.
Yeah.
So I hate it when some people post it like every successful CEO has a partner always supporting you in the back. No, no, that's your assistant. Shout out to my assistant.
That's so good though that you found her. And she's still
Yeah,
with you.
yes, she.
That's
I
so good.
she's still with me. She's still working
Yeah.
with me, and it's crazy because for now I have five assistants before I'm moving to London and starting this new venture. I had five assistants doing, and first assistant hired the second one, and the second one hired third one, and
Oh,
we
okay.
became like a power team all together.
Wow.
And it's like they know me, and I didn't need to explain everything. They know
Yeah.
what to do, exactly, or how they support, how to support me.
Yeah. And they
So
believe in you, right?
they believe in me, and I believe in
Yeah.
them. It's a good, the kind of
Oh.
trust you should have.
That's so good. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
to
if someone hearing this podcast and interested in working with me, I'm hiring.
maybe me.
Maybe
I might
you.
be
Why
free.
not?
I love that. So talk me through. So you started the second startup. Was that still in Istanbul?
Yeah,
Or
all of them,
yeah,
all three of
all of
them
them in
in
Istanbul.
Istanbul. All of them in
Amazing.
Istanbul. And it was like the third year of my first startup. I was
Yeah.
super busy hiring, managing finance, expanding business. That was the time I was like, I can stay in Middle East
Yeah.
because uh, I have dreams and I need to move to another city to invest, to study, and to expand my network. Because your network is also everything as an
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
definitely.
And your network are the people who are buying from you, investing on you,
Yeah.
offering jobs to you. I have a massive social media account on Instagram, and I'm blogging since 2013. So it was the base of my
Oh,
customers.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's where you've built it from.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can say I monetize my followers, not in way of promoting stupid things on my Instagram,
Yeah.
not brand collabs, but I just mm, promoted myself as a
Yeah.
business, and then people started buying from me. Also, the quality of
So
service was
good.
so good.
Of course.
People are not going to spend money on something is not good, but it was the main challenge. So I saved a lot of money in marketing because I did it through my own Instagram. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was the third year of my first startup, Parto, and I was like, let's apply for different universities. Um, some universities in the States and some universities in London. And when you are Iranian, you want to study in the United States, they're going to ask you why your background is different. So in the States, it was
Yeah.
like I was applying for public health director, whatever, health administrating. But in London, you can do like offices are not like that because if you're national, not letting you do things. It was like I was directly applying to business schools because yeah,
Yeah.
I was a businesswoman. I had nothing to do with medicine. So the plan for us days it was like, okay, I apply for another university, and then when I went there, I switched my major to something more
Okay.
business. And but my priority was United States. I don't know why, and I regret that because it wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I had this idea, okay, UK is rainy. And I was like, oh, how
It
come
is.
it's not fantastic rain? I don't, why would I even say that? So
But it's
I
true.
went to US Embassy, and then the officer was like, what's your name? I was like, Jasmine Sayyari, reject. I was
Oh
like,
no.
excuse me, let me
Oh my
talk.
gosh. That's so rude.
That was so
Wow.
rude. That was so
Wow.
rude. And I was like, whatever. I uh, went back home. I can say it was like, I don't want even to cry because cry for what? Like, I didn't do even anything. I just introduced myself and I got rejected immediately.
That's
I'm
so
like, whatever.
crazy.
So crazy. And then, like that afternoon, I applied for Kingston University because I was applying for business schools. There was one special major was like innovation management and entrepreneurship. It
Ooh.
was exactly me because
Yeah.
I was managing innovation in different startups, and I was an entrepreneur. I created so
Yeah.
many job opportunities, more than 100 worldwide, and was like, maybe I should apply for this one. So I called some of my friends in the UK. I was like, I'm applying for this. I got 3, 4 admissions, and finally decided to choose Kingston University. But that one US rejection made me a lot of trouble because it was
Oh.
like the university was like, why you have like a rejection a
Oh
week ago?
no.
So it was like 2 weeks back and forth with university to give me cast number. And they were like, it's a kind of thing that they guarantee you for UK government that this person is safe.
Okay.
And they were
Yeah.
like, why do I get rejected? And
Oh
I was like,
no.
you know what? It was personal. It was so much
Oh, that's a
stress.
nightmare.
So, and then uh, finally got my visa and moved to London. I can say it was one of the best decisions I made
Well, that's
in
good.
my life. I moved to London, and business school healed something in me. I wasn't ever able. It was that much damaged by medical school because medical school is such a competitive place, and
Yeah.
you're competing with everyone, and everything is so stressful. And mm, attendings, like professors, uh, are acting like they are. it- this is army, and they're training you,
That's crazy.
send you to war. But it was true. They sent me to war. The war was COVID,
Yeah.
and I was the front line. But business is good. But the first week, they asked us to have presentations. So each group went out and they have their presentations. So the instructor was like, you should take notes um, and comment on each presentation. Based on my habits in medical school, I only wrote negative points. Like that one was so bad. I was so judgmental. And
Oh
then
no.
the instructor was like, so every group is ready. Everyone is ready. Just read your positive feedbacks and encourage each other. And I took a look in my notes. I was like, oh, I need time. Excuse me.
Oh my
I
goodness.
was romantic to everyone. Let me change that.
Oh no, that's so embarrassing.
it was, um, but with the small steps, it changed me.
Yeah.
I turned to someone super supportive, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so it was so shout out to Evie, the course director, and my classmates, all of them super super friendly, and um, it turned to one of the best opportunities in my life.
That's
But
good.
the second month in London, oh, this is the story behind my last venture. So imagine me, I just okay, I'm not CEO anymore. I just
Yeah.
um, I'm not working any of those startups, and I'm just enjoying my time for the first time.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah, and yeah, let's not do anything crazy. Just take some rest, Jasmine. No, it's not going to happen. So on the uh, second month in London, I announced I'm going to host a business networking event. And I'm not
Okay.
charging anyone. It's like a party. And I'm just the host. And I had a massive network of people in academy and industry. I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of that. So we we hired a bar in central London. And I was like, okay, it's going to be like 15, 16 people at most. And then 65 people registered. I was always
Oh my God,
happening.
that's so good though.
And it was
That's the
happening.
dream.
And I was like, wow, what is happening? And then I called it New Generation Network because um, I I love working with Gen Z and younger generation.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then also, I see myself as a new generation of immigrants because we have the second head of generation, different generation of immigrants here.
Yeah.
And I was a kind of latecomer. So I call it New Generation Network. And on the second, and then I hosted the second one and the third one. And on the third one, everybody was like, can you help us with a job? Can you help us finding a career? No, we want to switch your career like you. And it was the time I decided turning this into something bigger that everyone can use it. Because
Yeah.
Bethany, in the next 10 years with AI,
Yeah.
we are going to have 170 million new jobs and 95 million jobs vanish. Who's
Wow.
gonna guide these people?
Yeah.
Okay, I know how to switch from medicine to business. We need
Yeah.
a powerful tool. So I had so many friends in tech industry, full stack developers, designers, AI machine learning engineers. I was like, how about using this power I have, these people, and start a project,
Yeah.
developing a tool, an AI tool, to help people actually do this career switch. Also, keeping our community and a network because people can
Yeah.
find jobs just based on, yeah, I have a CV and I have an AI tool who can help me with everything. I
Yeah.
also need a network. And let's
Yeah, of
keep
course.
having these
So
networks while
important.
we are developing our product. So I graduated in November. And on 27th
Amazing.
of November, I
Oh,
switched my visa.
congrats. 2 degrees. That's amazing.
And I was so excited for the business idea. So people usually wait till January, that then they switch their visa from a student to graduate. Because on your student visa, you can have a company here in the UK.
Yeah.
On the 27th of November, I I was offered the graduate visa, and on the 29th, I funded my company here in the UK. I couldn't even wait for a
Amazing.
week.
No, that's so good though. But it's because you love what you do, you know? That's
I
so
love it.
important. Do you love
Yeah,
London though?
I love London. I really
Amazing.
enjoy here.
Oh, good.
Everything was so different from dating, meeting people, creating my own community. But I'm a fast learner and I
I
love
can see that.
learning. Thank you.
You're very
I love
adaptable.
and I love learning new things.
Yeah,
And London is such an amazing place to live in.
yeah,
So many opportunities. You can get lost so fast. You should be
yeah,
concentrated. You should you should know your goal, why you are here.
yeah.
But I can't. Let me tell you one small story of excitement. We don't have um, musical theater in Iran.
Okay.
And when I was in Dubai in Istanbul, I uh, couldn't find an opportunity to watch musical theater. And then the first time I went to Moulin Rouge, and I was like, wow, this is the most exciting thing.
That's so good.
Was like for every week I'm in central London from one theatre to another.
Oh, that's amazing though. Good for you.
Yeah.
Like,
So
enjoy everything.
I love London for this kind of experience you can have, not just for job opportunities for the people in
Yeah.
business. These are amazing things, but the culture, but the people, this is exceptional. I love here. So I'm
Oh,
like,
good.
why would I even wanted to go to the States? This
Yeah.
is the best thing for me,
The
at
UK
least.
is better.
Yeah,
But
yes.
London's so there's so much to do. There's so many people in London. Like you can never get bored. You know, there's so much opportunity, like you say. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
you should. So, all this happened, all this moving from different countries, between different countries, and then finally settling in London.
Yeah.
It hugely affected my also personal life because I couldn't stay in a relationship while moving between countries. And mm, even it affected my pet. So it took me like 3,000 pounds and 3 months of waiting to
Yeah.
get my pet from Istanbul. And
Oh
it's
gosh.
it's a lot of emotional burden when you're the only family member outside of your country,
Yeah.
and you have to build everything from scratch again and again and again.
Yeah.
Um, it takes a lot from you.
Yeah. You need a lot
And
of strength. You need to be strong, you know?
yes, you need to work on yourself, and you should be independent, not independent in terms of not loving someone, not caring about someone. You should be ready for any immediate change in your personal
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
after this long time of moving between countries, finally finding London home, I started to creating new bonds and just trying to like it's changing my mindset because yeah, you
Yeah.
don't need to just be ready to cut everything off and move. This is the city you're gonna stay.
Yeah. So you're planning to stay here for a long time?
Yes, I'm planning to stay here.
Amazing. What, for, are you hoping to be here forever or?
I hope so. Actually,
Yeah.
Bethany, I'm going to tell you, I hate traveling. I hate traveling. And if you see
That
me traveling,
surprises me.
it's just for business.
That surprises me. Do you
I
get to
don't
go
like to
home a
go.
lot? Do you see your
Uh,
family a lot or?
Not actually. I Bethany, I moved out when I was 17. Just,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm their daughter anymore. It's just I'm so different because they have this perception of me still that Jasmine, 17-year-old.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
you're,
32 now.
yeah,
And
you're
it's just
30, so you're a
we are
woman.
in touch, always on the phone, texting, messaging, but
That's nice.
I usually don't share so much, especially when I'm in trouble or I'm sick, because they're far, and then it just make
Yeah.
them nervous, and then they feel like they can't help me. And this is the kind of thing I don't want my parents feel. So I
Yeah.
want them
You don't want to
always to
worry
see me.
them.
Yeah, I just want them to see me as a strong girl, just can handle everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm fine, always fine.
Well, you can handle everything by the signs of it. You've been through a lot and you've you've handled it all. So yeah, that's
I'm
great.
alive. I'm
She's still here.
still here.
Oh, it's so good. So you had three startups, then you're in London, you've got your second degree. So what's
Yeah.
next?
So, um, I'm planning to go start fundraising for New Generation Network,
Amazing.
AI tool we are developing. So it's a very normal stage, pre-seed stage, raising money, but also we are developing our minimum viable product that whoever listening to this podcast is familiar with. If if they are familiar with these terms, it's just the basic product that can work, and it can
Yeah.
show that to customers and investors and think if it has enough traction
Yeah.
to the market from the market, and see if customers like it, and then making a lot of changes. So I'm hiring, I'm working, I'm collaborating, also hosting my events. We are going to have another networking event for founders, let's startup community in
Good.
February. And it's just these days I'm like spending most of my time working with my tech team. It's really
Yeah.
hard to lead the tech team when you are non-tech in tech industry.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to do that, how to do this. But these are the people I work with them in different projects in the last 4 or 5 years. So we are familiar with each other.
Yeah.
But this one is another level of hard work. We are trying to do it.
Oh, well, I hope it does work out. So your
Oh, thank
tech
you.
team, are they your team personally? So you
Yeah.
hired your tech team? Okay. Yeah.
So every tech company has three main roles: the hustler, the
Yeah.
hipster, and the hacker. It's so funny. So the hustler is
I
the
love that.
business developer, is someone going around negotiate the company's value and get the
So that's
deals.
you.
Yeah, yeah, that's me. So, and then we have hipster designer. So we have a design team, 3, 4 people working. We have a head of design, and our hackers are my friends. One of them is a full stack developer, and the other one is a PhD in AI and machine learning engineering. So in San Francisco,
Amazing.
in Istanbul, in different cities, but we are still trying to manage everything remotely.
Yeah.
And I hope no one has to travel to London. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's a stressful.
Yeah.
Uh, so many things I don't know, but I'm trying my best.
Yeah. You're learning as
Of
you go.
course.
That's amazing. So I wanted to ask you, have you got any advice for anybody else that wants to start, wants to start up and they want to be in business? What advice would you give?
Um, Coming from this background of medicine, I'm not sure if you're familiar with people in medical industry. They are super conservative in their
Yeah.
career paths. Don't want to change anything, mostly tunnel vision, and everything is like designed that way. So they
Yeah.
go to the one career path, and everything goes fine with them. But when someone decides to change it, the um, first advice I have is just work on your network, because the people around you are going to guarantee your success from
Yeah.
the people you're trying to work with them as a team, um, and also the people who are going to buy from you or trust you as your first customers or first investors. Because some startup co-founders has this mindset of, um, yeah, we want to be our own boss. It's not like that. You are no
Yeah.
one's boss. You have nothing. You are just a team member with a title that is different from other team members.
Yeah.
And then
It's a good way of looking
probably
at it.
if they replace you to someone else, the startup's still gonna work. And
Yeah.
if you look at it, it's probably the assistant over there is going to do more work rather than the CEO. So you should drop that attitude. Like,
Yeah.
you are here as a team player, and a lot of softer skills. It's stressful. You have to deal with the stress. You have to deal with
Yeah.
anxiety, stress. It's romantic to say you should avoid anxiety and stress. It's not going to happen. It's sometimes it's going to
Yeah.
make you sick. Sometimes it's you have to give up, and mentally you should be prepared for that. But first of
Yeah. It's
all,
not easy.
work on your network, work on your mindset, especially if you're coming from different backgrounds. You are
Yeah.
not in tech industry, and then never feel that you don't belong in a startup ecosystem. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone
Exactly.
who can see a problem and can address that problem has the potential to become an entrepreneur. One day you go
It's
to
amazing.
the supermarket, you see a problem uh, with the way you're paying money. Next day you come up with a solution. You are an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. You are a potential entrepreneur. You just one step away from funding a startup
Yeah.
and become a CEO and solve that problem.
So that's the first key is to find
The
a
first
gap,
key is
finding
exactly
what
it's just
people need.
you can be an entrepreneur in startup just because you feel I want to become a boss. I hate my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's I see the problem and this is the solution kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And
And
then
it
once you've
doesn't
got
matter
that,
who. Yes,
you need the hard
exactly.
work. Yeah. And you need good
Exactly.
people around. So how did you build your network then? Because I know you said building network is really important. How did you
Oh, yeah,
do
good
that?
question. Always post on your social media.
Yeah.
Not the post that I'm not going with your aesthetic. Be your authentic self
Yeah.
and post about the
100%.
things you like, you
Yeah.
care, and people will come. And like-minded people will come.
Yeah.
Always
I
post on your
agree.
LinkedIn, always post on your Instagram. Don't just scroll on your social media. Take it serious. You don't need to be an influencer kind
Yeah.
of thing. Always ready with makeup, everything fine. I need to have the best camera to post my, not at all. Just
No, I
post it.
agree. Just be real. Just be
Yeah, just be,
authentic.
look at our case. Where do I find you? Where do I find you?
LinkedIn. LinkedIn. There you go. And now, you're part of my network. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
exactly.
great. It
Lovely.
works. It works. It works. That's
It
amazing. It's
works.
really, really good advice. And I think you're doing a really, really good job. And like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about everything? Do you feel, super proud of yourself, or are you always looking for the next challenge? Like, how do you feel and what's your plan?
Um, do you remember the beginning of a podcast? I told you I was angry with myself because I went to
Yeah.
med school.
Yeah.
At this stage of my life, I realized that 7 years in med school built me like this
Yeah.
to go through this pathway because this is not the kind of thing. you you need preparation for this mentally, or but the kind of discipline you learn through med school, the hard work I did, the care for my patients, all
Yeah.
of them, that those practices built this Jasmine.
Yeah.
So it's just I forgave myself, and said I realized I did it, and it was the right thing when I was 18 till I was 25.
Yeah.
So it was a personal journey. I'm proud of myself most of the time,
You should be.
but sometimes you're like, I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough.
We
And
all we all feel like that.
yes, it's crazy. But then it's after it's not even my first time. It's the fourth start, but still there are times you're like, am I going to make it as an immigrant? Can I
Yeah, you
can I
already
do it?
are.
And it's just it's like that sometimes. So if someone is hearing this, but it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone. Self-doubt. Yeah. But
Yes,
it will go
definitely.
away.
No, I think you should be so proud of yourself. And like
Thank
you say,
you.
I think when people go through life, it's okay to change career. And like you said, the things that you did, medical school, all of that, it contributes to who you are. And it
Yeah.
all, makes you who you are. And when you change career, you can take all of that knowledge and everything that you learn and use it. So yeah, it's really good. And I think changing career if is a good thing. If you want to do something different, you should be able to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So, before we finish today, I really want to ask you a bit of a fun question as well. Um, just for fun, is there anything in business that really annoys you? So, is there anything that people do that just really irritates you?
Yes. When
Tell me.
people are rude to a staff,
Yes, I
it
agree.
gives me like we gave you money, so we are gonna treat your staff like a slaves. Sometimes my assistant sending me screenshots with people talking to them so rude, so bad, and then same person
Oh my
in my
gosh,
direct messages or my WhatsApp, they are so polite, so respectful. And I'm like, what? Why do
that's
I have to do
crazy.
that? You just have respect for people who are just in power. Like if
Yeah,
you see opportunity, so it gives me the ah. I don't want to work with you. It doesn't matter. Just send back the money. Just refund them. The goodbye to these people.
oh gosh,
These are
I
the only kind of
agree.
customers I never want to work with them.
No, that's crazy. Like, I don't understand how people are rude anyway. I think people should have respect for everybody. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's
it's such a
crazy.
double-faced
Yeah.
personality. Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
awful. Anything else that
that was
really
awful.
annoys you? Anything else that
Yeah,
you think winds you up?
anything else? Truffle mushroom.
Say that again. Truffle.
Truffle mushroom.
Why?
So it tastes so bad.
Oh my goodness.
It
That
wasn't
was
in
not
business.
That's not what I expected you to say. So you're not a fan. You don't like it.
No, just no, it just I can't even tolerate the smell. It's just no.
Oh my gosh, that's so
It's so
funny.
random. I don't know why.
It's so funny. I used to hate it as well, but now I've got used to it. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Have you got any more funny ones? Because that was brilliant.
Um, mm,
What about in
also,
London? Anything in London that annoys you?
anything in London. Okay.
The weather?
No, I know. Oh no. It's like the secret thing you can't tell Londoners you love the weather because immediately they get angry with you. Like, what's wrong with you liking this weather?
But you do like
You just
it.
have to keep it to yourself. I love London weather in secret.
That's okay. I
I
hate
have
it.
a
I hate it.
beautiful flat in Kingston, and it's close to Richmond Park, so
Oh,
I have no
stunning.
complaints. I love here, but
Oh,
it's just a
good.
bit. Neighbors are senior citizens mostly, so it's a bit
Yeah.
boring. It's just
Yeah.
like a big retirement house of London here.
Oh, that's so
You
funny.
never can meet someone like younger than 45. You
Oh,
should go to Central.
oh
But
no.
yeah, but I don't have no complaint here. I don't have any complaints here. So
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
love
good.
everything.
Oh, that's good. Not even like the tubes. The tubes wind me up. They're
I
so
work from
busy.
home, so
That's good.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna see me a lot in tube. Whoever is suffering there,
You're lucky. You're
God
lucky.
bless you. Not my problem.
Honestly,
What is
honestly.
it? Not my circus, not my monkey, not my circus.
8:30 in the morning on the tube is hell.
I'm not
But
there.
okay.
Whoever is there, God bless you.
You'll be at home. Oh,
Hope
that's
you
so
get home
funny.
safe.
Oh, I love it. Okay, Brill. Have you got any questions for me, or is there anything else that you want to share with the listeners before
Bethany,
we?
yes, I have a question.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
you have such different personality than what I have. So calm, and
Ah,
smiling all the time. Mm,
oh, that's
what
so
gives
nice.
you this like what's the base of this personality you have? What makes you the Bethany you are?
Oh, that's a good question. No one's ever asked me this before. Um, I don't know. I think growing up, I've seen a lot of people being treated badly, including myself. And I
Oh no, I'm
think,
so sorry.
no, it's okay. And I think you can go one of two ways. You can either become someone that is horrible to people, or you can use that to never want anyone to be hurt again, and you want to bring happiness. And I think I've always gone down that route, of I've seen people unhappy, I've seen people hurt other people, and I think I just want to bring joy. I
And
don't
you are
know.
doing it. You're absolutely
Oh,
doing it.
thank
Your
you.
smile is contagious. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. No, that's
So,
so lovely.
I don't know if you are hearing this. Bethany has a beautiful smile. So,
Oh, thank you. No, thank you. That's
oh, you're
so lovely
welcome.
to say. Oh, and it's so nice to be able to talk to you on here as well. Like,
Yeah,
we should do this
right.
again.
We should do this again. Maybe on my YouTube channel this time.
Yes. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
yes.
We
That
should
would
have
be
a collab.
amazing. That would be amazing. That really, really would. Oh, well, thank you so, so much.
Thank you
I've
for
really
having
enjoyed
me.
this. I've really, really enjoyed it. And I really appreciate because you're obviously so busy and you're doing so many amazing things. I really appreciate you giving your time.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
it's really valuable. So thank you so much. And
Uh,
yeah, as I said, let's do this again.
yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to all the listeners that are listening as well. And if anyone has any questions, send them over to me and I will pass them on to Jasmine. And yeah, make sure they get answered. So yeah, thank you, everybody. And thank you again, Jasmine. I'll speak to you so
Yeah.
soon.